Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. I'm a Herbalife member. I've been with the company for 28 years. I've lost over 20 kilos and 3 dress sizes. I feel fantastic, and I just absolutely love helping people with Herbalife nutrition. So it's my pleasure tonight to introduce our wonderful call that we have all about the nutrition. But what we're going to do first is we're going to cover our event that we had on Saturday in Brisbane and some of the other locations around Australia. And it was all about the Success Summit. We had a guest speaker, Kim Brown, over from Perth, and he was just wonderful. I loved the way that he spoke. So I thought I'd get some feedback from what people got out of this wonderful training. So Coral, would you like to share what you got out of Saturday?
Yes, I got a lot out of it, and especially with Kim doing the 3 circles, go out and talk to 3 people and then come back and colour in, which was quite interesting, and I've been doing that, which is good. And just plugging into the trainings, get there, don't miss anything, and use where talk. Again, it's right down to basics.
Absolutely, and congratulations to you and Michael here. We've got the top corner, #1 recruiters in February. So fantastic on your achievements. You're doing so well. You're helping lots of people, and we're really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So I know you had a few people there on Saturday. So David, are you able to share? I know you've just clicked your camera and that off. Are you able to share what you got out of Saturday? I know it was the first event.
Okay, I don't know. Is this working? Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
okay.
David.
That's okay. I know. Basically, I got a tremendous amount of info about how the business and how to grow your business, and just small ideas. It was my first time, so it was a huge amount of stuff to take in, but I enjoyed the thing, and I'm hoping to go to more and learn as much as I can, and hopefully one day get my business to grow.
Fantastic. Well, you made a great investment in you and your future for going on Saturday. It was great seeing you there. So we can't wait for you to share as you grow. Yeah,
I can't wait.
Excellent. So I went looking for lots of photos on Facebook from the weekend. So these were some of the ones that I found. They had these fantastic little things, props that you could hold and take photos, which I thought was fantastic for social media. There was lots and lots of recognition with volume producers, the people that had qualified for the event and the special evening as well, and like a lifestyle event, and it was great. And Kim was very approachable, quite funny as well. He was entertaining, but he really kept it very, very simple, and I really loved that about him, things that you could actually put into action and help you keep accountable, like Coral was saying. So yeah, it was a really fantastic event, and there'll be another one coming up this year, so we highly recommend that you attend, particularly the next STS coming up on April the 27th. So it was a fantastic event. So thank you to everyone that shared and was there and made the day amazing. So we're going to go through our nutrition training, because guess what? Our foundation is our products and nutrition, and we want you to learn as much about it. And I couldn't think of 3 people that who are more qualified to give you this information. They're so passionate about the products. I'm just going to bring up their photos. So we have Jan McMahon, Irene Hofstetter, and Rosemary Gerard as well. They've over 88 years of experience combined. So, and with one, of course, it's over 100. And they've got so much knowledge and passion, so I can't wait for them to share it with you. So I'm going to hand it over to Irene.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. First of all, I just want to mention what we're going to do tonight is cover products and much more in detail than you usually hear. So let's get started. Get your pen and paper ready. I'm going to go quite quickly over the reference points because we already did this last week. So if you want, you can always go back to your previous recording and you can then listen again to the reference points. So if I can have that slide, that would be great. Thank you. Now remember, our purpose is to make the world healthier and happier, and we do that through our products. Next slide, please. Okay, so we know that the facts about Herbalife are that we're around for 39 years. We're in over 90 countries. We have millions of people around the world using the products for good health. And we have a money-back guarantee, a 30-day money-back guarantee. We've had that from the beginning. So we also adhere to, next slide, please. I'm going faster. Well, we abide by the general laws about food, which is the labeling law and the mega dosage law, which is really important to know. Herbalife is always on point as far as legalities are concerned. Next slide, please. So who can use these products? Sports people can use them. People who are active, busy professionals, active moms, of course, women and men, children, and mature people, but also busy people, because you sometimes don't need anything other than good health and energy, and Herbalife provides that very, very well. Next slide, please. So over to you, Jan. It's your turn now.
Okay, thank you, Irene, very much for all that. Formula One, probably one of my favourite products. I call Herbalife Formula #1 attitude food, because it really does help with people's attitude. No two ways about it. And on the screen it says how to use it. It's 2 to 3 scoops depending on the individual and how much weight they are when they first get started. But usually 2 scoops is usually enough for somebody in about 250 to 300 mils of their favourite liquid. We always encourage people to stay away from cow's milk, because cow's milk can cause lots of issues. So you always ask the question, do you drink cow's milk? And most people say yes. You ask how much, and usually it's only in tea and coffee. So obviously if that's how they drink cow's milk, you certainly steer them away from that. Suggest, soya milk, almond milk, unsweetened coconut milk, all different sorts of things, veggie juice, half and half with water, half and half with soya milk and some juice. So many different ways to have your Formula One, and do try all the different flavours. At the moment, I think my favourite is the chocolate. At the moment, I'm having chocolate quite a bit lately, or also the vanilla with the frozen pineapple. I really like that as well. So Formula One is absolutely fantastic. It is a meal replacement for people who need to lose weight. To lose weight, you have 2 shakes. Now, anybody who is over 100 kgs, when they first get started on the program, always suggest they have 3 shakes, 1 for afternoon tea, because being a larger person, obviously they've eaten a lot of food to get there, you can't expect them to survive on 2 shakes. So having a 3rd shake for afternoon tea, it does help supplement that, and also helps them cut back on the evening meal at night. Still eating the favourite food. Gradually, the Formula One definitely will change their taste buds, so we don't want to change people too quickly in the beginning, otherwise they won't use it. Even if people aren't eating the right things, obviously we'll encourage them to change that, but the product will help do that naturally anyway. So, the shake is such a major importance, absolutely. Formula #2, the vitamin and mineral, 1 times 3 a day. You can have more. I personally do have more in a day. I find that I personally do need it. And I know Rosemary is going to cover healthy aging. And I think as we age, I think we do need a bit of extra vitamins in our daily intake. So certainly that has helped. What I always do on the Formula 2 bottle is put 2 times 3 a day, AM, after shake, or a little breakfast, depending on what a person's using it for. Never take Formula 2 or really any tablets on an empty stomach, particularly Formula #2. It's not a good idea. You've had your meal at night time, you've gone all night without anything in the stomach, you take a vitamin and mineral, which is a powerful one, on an empty stomach. It's not a good thing to do. So just make sure your client or your new distributor pays attention to that. I think that's very important. Now, Irene or Rosemary, would you like to add anything to that?
No, I think you covered it all, actually.
Okay.
No, I agree with what you've said as well.
With Formula One, just a little hint, because I do call it attitude food, and it does affect a person's attitude. When you're getting a new distributor or a new client on the product, listen to their voice before they start. Pay attention to their voice during the follow-up, because during the follow-up, it might be the first week or the first 10 days, most of your clients will probably miss a shake for some unknown reason, whatever. and you'll be able to hear it in their voice when they haven't had their shake. And I know, Irene, you've encountered that, and probably Rosemary as well, with your clients, because their voice is a bit flatter, because the Formula One does give you that zoom in your voice, and it does make a huge difference. So Formula One is fabulous. Next slide. Okay, the new Select, absolutely brilliant. It is vegetarian, it's not vegan. So never sort of promoted as a vegan product, but it is vegetarian. And all the ingredients, absolutely fantastic. And how you use it, just the same. The 2 scoops or maybe 3 scoops, just depending on the individual. But I do feel that 2 scoops of the Herbalife scoop is probably enough. There again, mix it in half soya, you don't put in soya milk because it's soya free. Any other sort of juice or water, or half and half, whatever sort of floats your boat sort of thing. So the person does really enjoy it. And also put some frozen fruit in any of the Formula Ones, frozen pineapple, frozen berries, anything like that to give it a little bit of extra taste. It's absolutely fantastic. Irene, do you want to add anything about the Select?
Yeah, with the Select, I always take the Formula One vanilla, but Conrad suggested that I have a try, and he made me up one with the soy. I'm not a soy person, and I must say it was absolutely delicious. And it's something that I think that is there for people who are gluten-free, and it gives them all the nutrition that they need. And people who are gluten-free probably need it more, not that we all need it, but even more, require more nutrition because of what else they're not able to eat.
Yeah, because a lot of people are suffering with gluten and things like that. So it came at the right time, Herbalife introducing that. It is a fabulous tasting product as well. Fantastic. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, some incredible recipes, and I know Shelley's brilliant at some of these recipes, and I know there's some other like protein balls and all sorts of goodies that you can make, and even some of these shakes are absolutely fantastic. But be aware, for weight loss people, you need to be very, very careful about how they're making their shake, because sometimes they can overindulge in things and bring up the calorie count in the shake, so it really will slow down their weight loss. But it's absolutely imperative they do definitely, enjoy the shake. But just be mindful about, if they're putting banana in, it's just a couple of pieces frozen banana, not a half a banana even, because there's too many calories in all of that. So just pay attention to what sort of things they are putting in their shakes. But that mocha one looks really nice as well.
How many calories?
I know. So the weight loss people do pay attention to that, because otherwise it slows their weight loss down quite incredibly.
And I think, Jan, the first week, it's really important that they don't beef up their shakes so they can get that wow feeling.
Yes.
These products work.
Yeah, particularly with the first 7 to 10 days.
Absolutely. I really do think that.
Next slide, please. Oh, cellulose, fantastic. Like it says, plant-based, added minerals, protein, nutrient, helps fluid balance. Absolutely incredible if you have puffy feet, particularly if you go, if you're flying anywhere, always take extra on the plane with you, or have some extra like before you leave. But 1 times 3 a day, it can be used 3 times a day. I'm stuttering well there. But definitely increase the water intake. It really needs the extra water to make it work much more efficiently in the body. Very, very, and really take notice of the centimetre loss in people. Particularly females around the thighs, around the arms. For men, it's around the middle. A lot of men who have that big sort of gut around above their waist, around their belt, that sort of thing. It's a very stubborn fat to lose. So 2-3 times a day, if you can get them to do that, it really helps sort of move it a little bit faster with extra water. But cellulose is fabulous. You girls want to add anything to that?
Yes, Jan. You taught me many, many years ago that cellulose also aids circulation.
Yes.
And that is why it's good for fluid.
Yes, absolutely.
So people who have bad circulation, they need to really look at increasing.
Yeah. And it definitely helps with that cottage cheese look on the back of your legs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Cellulite.
Yep, cellulite. Next slide, please. Okay, Nature's Raw Guarana, absolutely fabulous product. Helps so many different things, so many different ways to use it. NRG is a personalised type product, a bit different to the Formula 2. You have 1 times 3 a day or 2 times 3 a day. But Nature's Raw Guarana can be used several different which ways, depending on why a person's using it. So you do ask them questions, how their energy is, you know, if it's a younger person, if they're studying. So find out as much as you can about the person who's about to start it, because it will help you sort of guide them on how to use it. Also, you know, if they've got any sort of sinusy type problem or anything like that, because it does definitely help with your stamina levels, increases mental alertness and concentration. You can start off with 2 in the morning, and that will get you right through the day. A person who's working really hard, another 2 at lunchtime perhaps. Don't suggest they don't take them at night time, because sometimes, well, you know, because they give you energy, they may not sleep. But there again, if they're very, very tired and have got shift work, something like that, if they take 2 NRG before they put their head on the pillow, they'll wake up very bright the next morning as well. So many different which ways. So you as an individual distributor, trying it yourself so many different which ways, you'll be able to guide your new people on the best way to sort of use it. But NRG is quite incredible. Yes, it does have caffeine in it, but something we did learn many, many years ago with Dr. Katzen was the Nature's Raw Guarana. The bean is crushed up into a powder. The powder is then pressed into the shape that it is, and then it's coated with a vegetable coating. So it's not working on your nervous system. It gently nourishes your adrenal gland, and it really does sort of give you that natural energy. So it's not like coffee. It doesn't give you that nervous tension type energy. So it's very, very different. So if somebody sort of looks at the guarana, all you need to say, it's absolutely nothing like coffee, because it's a natural produced type product. Okay, so I'd like to add anything to that, Irene or Rosemary?
Look, I did have an experience many years ago with regards to a lady who was an asthmatic, and she obviously did have a Ventolin, and I said to her, look, if you try some of these, I had them with me, of course, and I said, but chew them. And I said, it'll help to open up your airways. Yes. Within 5 minutes or so, she came and she went, oh my gosh, she said that did work. So they're just wonderful, as you said, the sinus, not that you know, medically suggest it, but fantastic. I know they work wonders for me with sinus as well, opening up those airways. So I've never forgotten that particular lady. I can still see her. And I thought, you know, how exciting it was for her to be able to breathe easier at that point in time. Yeah.
And that is just so true. That was something I did forget, because it does definitely help with the air passages, and particularly people who don't sleep well at night. That's another reason why you can use NRGs at night time. It does definitely open up the airways in that respect. And I found personally, for my son Michael, with allergies, he was seriously ill as a teenager growing up, turned sideways, you wouldn't see him. So Herbalife really helped him gain weight, using it for weight loss, of course. But he had fabulous results with his health. But when I started on the NRGs, it really made a difference, because he'd been desensitized 3 times, all different which ways of desensitization, but he still always had these allergies that really made him quite ill, for, you know, missed a lot of school. So when he was on the nutrition plus the NRGs, within a matter of a couple of months, he's never had an attack ever since. And he's now, you know, a 50-year-old. So, you know, the products have been absolutely brilliant for him. He's so strong about product usage.
And remember, Jan, NRG also helps with cravings.
Yes, it can do. Yep,
and that's something a lot of people who struggle with weight will be very grateful to know. Okay.
Next slide, please. Okay. Activated fiber, a very, very important product, because basically, if you've got a healthy gut, it really helps everything work much more efficiently in your body. So the activated fiber is fabulous. It's really got a lovely apple flavor. So many ways you can sort of use that as well. You can use it as an identity, you know, with a bit of water, your 2 scoops. Most people have 2 scoops. You might, a new person to it might start off with 1 scoop. see how they go, you know, going to the toilet. You don't want to sort of overindulge with anything to do with the bowel too quickly. You introduce things a little more slowly to make sure that everything gets settled in the body and gets balanced out. But the activated fibre really does help the healthy gut quite incredibly. You can add it to your shake. You can have it just in water. I know a few people have had it in hot water at night time. I haven't tried that one. I think Carmel Taylor, she has it in hot water at night time. So, you know, a few different ways to use it as well. So it's very, very healthy because it's got all your fibres in it. Irene, Rosemary, do you want to add anything?
No, I think you've covered that very well.
Yes, very good. And I've tried it in mineral water as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that either. Okay, next slide, please. So do experiment. Now, that's not me.
No?
Who covers it? Or am I covering that?
Yes, Jan, it is
Oh, okay.
part of the ultimate, remember?
Okay, instant herbal beverage. Absolutely fabulous. Now we've got the cinnamon. It's really fantastic. It does help your metabolism. It really is helps with cravings, people who crave coffee, people who crave chocolate, that sort of thing. It's amazing what it does help with, quite incredibly. But there again, start off a little slowly. I always ask the question of the person just starting on that product, the instant herbal beverage, do you drink tea or coffee? If they're a coffee drinker, it's not quite as, you know, sort of, they could start with half a teaspoon. If they're not a coffee drinker, just tea, I always start a person off on a quarter of a teaspoon, building up to half, then a full teaspoon, sort of slowly, because it is a very powerful product. So you don't want to sort of hit them with too much too soon. Now, me telling my clients and distributors not to start off too much too quickly, when we got the cinnamon, what did I do? I had a full teaspoonful.
I never did anything by halves. When I started, I took everything full.
Really? Yes, but I didn't like it. So I said to myself, now it was a bit stupid having a full teaspoonful. So I started off with quarter, half, then a full teaspoon. So now I have a full teaspoon, and it's probably the only beverage that I do drink now. It's a cinnamon. So I've got to pay attention to what I tell other people and do it myself.
Yeah, no.
But the beverage really does help quite incredibly. It helps with centimetre loss. I know myself when I'm, you know, do it properly. I need 3 cups a day. And I do definitely notice a difference in size loss. So for weight loss, definitely 3 times a day. You can have more, but usually suggest to people, if they're not a tea or coffee drinker at night time, don't have it after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because there again, it is an energy type product. If I get tired behind the eyes, I find having an instant herbal beverage really helps with that. Now for weight loss, I've always encouraged people to put, however much they've sort of reached, half a teaspoon or a full teaspoon in a smaller amount of water and scull it down like a shot. And do that 3 times a day, because they're getting the whole value of the thermogenesis going through the body, and they get a quicker, faster result from the thermogenesis for weight loss and size loss. It's just a hint. And definitely in all these products, increase the water intake. If a person's already drinking, say, 2 litres, encourage them to drink 2.5 litres, because there's fibre in some of the products. You need to balance out the extra fibre with extra water. So, you know, increasing the water gradually. There again, they can't do it fast, but gradually, and make the products work much more efficiently in their body. Next slide, please. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, perfect.
Okay, I'll finish. Who does that? Irene?
It's part of the ultimate program, Jan.
Oh, okay. Up to the, oh, yeah, okay. I forgot about that. Okay, the Herbal Aloe, absolutely incredible product. There again, lots of different ways to use it. There again, asking a person about their any health concerns. You know, it is a bit of a private sort of conversation to have, but, you know, how often do you go to the toilet? How often do you use your bowels? These are things that you do need to know, because we are professional Herbalife distributors, remember. So we take it seriously. So you do need to ask these questions. I mean, I personally do have a questionnaire sheet, and I cover everything with a person, because if they are a person that doesn't go to the toilet regularly, you know that they need to have more of the Herbal Aloe when they first get started. I've even started a person off on Herbal Aloe for about 3 or 4 days before they start the program, sometimes if they've been very bad at going to the toilet, because you need to prepare the system for intaking the new products and things like that. But Herbal Aloe, get them to use the lid of the Herbal Aloe as a measure thing to start with, unless they've got something at home they can measure it with. But there's 3 to 4 capsules in about 120 mils of, and I usually put on the bottle filtered or bottled water if possible. You know, a person might be able to do that, but wherever possible, filtered or bottled water, because it is such a pure product. It's better to put it in something like that rather than just tap water, because you never know, you know, what's in the tap water. How often? Definitely first thing in the morning and last thing at night. First of all, in the morning, because it helps your metabolism sort of get going. Last thing at night, it helps you metabolize, digest, and eliminate everything you've done during the day. Now, if a person does have a bit of a stomach type problem, a hernia or anything like that, reflux, you can use it during the day. I've had some people have a glass before they eat and then some after they eat because they've had a bad digestion. And it really has helped soothe that out in a matter of a few days. And they haven't suffered with that, you know, since. So, and it definitely helps with weight loss or weight gain, however the person's using it. Because there again, it enhances the value of the products going through the system. It makes you absorb it just so much better, because it goes back to the first call that we did showing the villi. It really helps flush out all the toxins out of your system. So very, very, very valuable type product. Want to add anything?
No, perfect.
I found too, Jan, with the aloe, my little grandson, he's in that picture there, he was a prem and he was 4 weeks premmy.
Yep.
So consequently, reflux quite severe when they're tiny like that. And I was able to confidently say to my daughter, look, let's try the aloe. It was the original at the time, and just broke it down, you know, the concentrate, you don't give it to them concentrated.
No.
And with a little syringe and, you know, sort of maybe a quarter of the aloe, the rest water, boiled water that's been cooled. And honest, it just worked like a charm, just before the feed, during the feed, after the feed. Yeah, wonderful product. I love aloe.
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that, because it is really, really fantastic to use.
And it gets rid of hiccups too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah. So it really does help anything to do with the digestive system at all. With babies, it really, because a lot of babies either have runny bowel or they get constipated. So because it balances out the system. So yeah, very, very good for young children. Okay. Yep. Next slide. Okay, probiotics, absolutely fantastic product. All your friendly bacteria gets there again. It gets your digestive system into balance, so you can understand the products that we have covered. It is the ultimate program. Certainly gets your body into balance, and it gives you great health, absolutely your bowel health, which is also very important. You know, if you overindulge in anything, you know, change of season is also a time, depending on how you are actually using the probiotics yourself. Use it according to the label for new people, but there again, it can be increased. And if you're traveling, change of season, when your resistance is a bit lower, it's also a good idea to sort of increase it then to fight off, you know, the colds and flus that are around. You usually find people who use Herbalife don't have colds and flus. I think in all my 33 years, I've had two sniffly noses. So really, you know, definitely helps you keep very, very healthy. No two ways about it. So it really does help build that immune system. There again, it's very good for young children as well. It is a capsule. Hopefully they can swallow it. If not, you might need to open up the capsule and mix it in a little bit of honey or something like that to get it into them. But it's really good, particularly if young children are going to preschool or kindergarten, that sort of thing, because they're mixing with other children that might have the runny noses and things, will help build up their digestive system. Any child that's on the shake, any of the products really does help build their resistance.
Yeah, and I can vouch for that, Jan. So Caitlin and Caitlin, hi Caitlin. Yeah. So you just chew the probiotic, don't you?
Good.
So they've never had gastro and they've never been on antibiotics, and Caitlin will be 10 in May.
Wow, yeah, it speaks for itself, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my grandkids have never been ill either. They used the products, you know, when Debbie was pregnant, right through. And we was told today my eldest grandson, he's turning 27.
Oh,
I can't believe it. Yeah.
I exactly just turned 25, Jen. I have photos of him in my arms at the trainings and Gary's.
It's hard to believe it. It's just a number. I keep telling myself it's just a number because I'm 78.
It's a number.
Next slide, please. Okay, so that's the fastest program, and it is absolutely fantastic. It covers all the bases of what the body needs on a regular basis, day to day. Really great for weight loss. You can use it very differently, obviously, for weight gain. And it's all, the Formula One is what changes dramatically for weight gain. Maintenance, there again, the Formula One does change how you use it. And you've seen that draft of how to use the products. But honestly, use the product consistently, correctly on a daily basis. The products always work. So if somebody says they're not losing weight or, you know, nothing's happening, you know, come on, they're cheating. No two ways about it. Yeah, absolutely. But no, they're fantastic. So over to Rosemary.
The next slide, Jen, remember?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realise I was covering protein powder. But anyway, okay, protein powder. Personalise your protein intake. It is very important to have lean muscle. And there again, as we age, you do lose muscle mass. So it is important to have the extra protein. And it does fight hunger, but it definitely helps with the muscle tissue, making it nice and firm. A healthy muscle tissue will help reduce body fat.
It also keeps you straight, and as you get older, you can, as Kim said, remember how to train. And it really does help with hunger. It really does. Yeah.
It does, absolutely. But the protein powder, you can add it to so many different things. In the mashed veggies, warm drinks, gravies, all those sort of things that are on the slide there. With the Formula One, it is best not to put it in the microwave, and it's also best not to put it into anything boiling. You mix it up in some cold water and then add it to something warm, like a warm hot chocolate or something like that. But the protein powder is very different. You can add it to your cooking and things like that. So it is absolutely fantastic. How do you use it is 1 or 2 scoops, depending on the person's needs. And it really does help quite incredibly. Okay, I think that's the end of me.
And now it's over to Rosemary.
Okay. All right, we've got the chitosan, the fibre complex. This is a very high quality dietary fibre. Makes you feel full for longer. And to be honest with you, what I find with the chitosan, and not being crude, but it does actually make what we call a smooth move. So, you know, you don't have any issues going to the toilet. Would you agree, ladies?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So really, it's 7 capsules now that you can take throughout that day. And especially if you were going out, say, and you knew you were going to eat a pizza or, you know, fatty food of some kind, I would swallow 3 of those well before I went, so that I wasn't going to consume any of that fat into my arteries. I don't want my arteries getting clogged. So chitosan, I love chitosan, absolutely. Any other stories with chitosan that you have?
Definitely with appetite control. I had one gentleman that was a shift worker as well. He started off one time 3 a day. Then he decided, because he wasn't a big eater and didn't really need to lose weight, changed it. But what he found, he was getting hungry during the day, so he went back to that 3 times a day to help him sort of stay even.
Okay. And look, I have done the, you know, where you actually put the oil in a glass of water, just put, and then you open up that capsule and it's a demonstration, and then watch the fat, the oil actually go to the bottom of the glass. So it really does, it is a fantastic product on its own, fabulous.
It's a good demonstration to do that.
Yeah, it is good. Yep, and people can see it and they go, oh gosh, okay. Is the next one? Or so?
Yep.
Okay, start earlier, aging healthier. Look, for me, I would have to agree here because I have been taking these products, all of them, for some 25 years and something like 10 months. And I am 71 years young. I feel fantastic. I do, you know, healthy. I am so keen to stay fit and healthy until, and I love doing, you know, Herbalife has allowed me to be fitter than I probably would have been when I was in my early 30s because of these products, because I know what I can do in a swimming pool, which I couldn't do before I started on Herbalife. I couldn't swim one length of our pool. Now I can do 100 laps in 30 odd minutes. I love yoga. I love the challenge of yoga, and I know it is the Herbalife products. There's no doubt about that. And it's giving me that strength. Pilates, you know, so I just know that we are all in good hands with Herbalife, especially with healthy aging. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Got any comments?
Well, I think probably, you know, we talk an awful lot about healthy aging and healthy active lifestyle. And for me, when I started, and I say this here, you know, I didn't think about getting older, but I was, you know, and you don't. So
No.
you need to look at having it. And all those children who have started on Herbalife, like Shelley's children, they can continue to use the products. I can't wait to see how they will be as they grow up. I see it in our grandchildren. And so if you start early, any nutrition is important for the body when you're young, so you can enjoy being older. And as you get older, all those sins that you created or had when you were young will catch up. So be aware of that, everybody. But healthy aging is so important. And not only physically, but mentally. And for me, I am not a exercise person. So the products have allowed me to stay healthy, to be active in my gardening. And that's it. And it's amazing. I don't have to go gymming or Pilatesing or anything like that. And I'm still as strong and as healthy. And it's the products are the proof that they help.
Yep, absolutely. It really does keep you, you know, healthy and young. Don't you worry about it in your thinking, your attitude, all that sort of thing. It does make a huge difference. With my family, they all died early 60s, and my father died at 56. So I don't have a very good family tree there. So it was something I really wanted to work on. And like my mum was 140 kilos, and so all the sister and all the brothers were all huge. So for me, when I found Herbalife, I was just so grateful. And been grateful ever since, because it certainly has given me healthy aging. No two ways about it.
Yes, no, same. I feel very privileged to be able to take these products.
Next slide.
You're good slide.
Okay, we're going to talk about some of the Target type products, which are fantastic. I'll cover the Lifeline. Irene is going to cover the Rose Guard. And Rosemary, you can cover joint support and extra health. Lifeline, it gives you healthy eyes, healthy heart. I think everybody's got a heart, so we need to look after it. And there again, how you use it, it's 1 times 3 a day. It can be increased. I personally certainly have more than that. I have 333. It really has helped. When I did start first on the Lifeline many years ago, when it first came to Australia, I had very bad varicose veins. I used to ache so badly. I had to wear elastic stockings, which wasn't very becoming. But when I started on the Lifeline, within a matter of a couple of months now, we're not making claims about this. This was my own personal story. But I found that after a couple of months, my legs didn't ache anymore, and I didn't have to wear those horrible elastic bandages to work where I used to work in the supermarket. So for me, Lifeline has been a very important product, and particularly with my family history, having extra has been, you know, great help. So I'm nice and healthy.
My grandson uses the Herbal Lifeline for brain food.
Yes.
And that is so important. And so for as you age as well, it's really important, Herbal Lifeline.
Yeah, it's very good for your brain, absolutely.
Rose Guard, sorry, are you finished, Jen?
Yep.
Okay, Rose Guard. When this came out, I thought it was really important for me to use it, as in my family, my mom's side, there were 14 children, and all of them except one died of different forms of cancer. And I understood that antioxidants were really important. So I was very excited when RoseGuard came out, because what it is, it has antioxidant activity. So it's actually the free radicals that get scavenged by it, and it helps to boost your immune system because of that. But it also supports the liver function while providing these antioxidant support throughout the day. Now, I take 1-3 times a day. I've always been a 1-3 times a day person, and I really know that it's the only thing that I can imagine can keep me safe to the best of my ability by using this product. Anything I've forgotten, Jan or Rosemary?
I do know that Dr. Brahm, he found that it helped his eyesight.
Oh.
He was at a conference, a medical conference, I think, I forget where he was, but he found that he didn't need his glasses. He was quite amazed, yes, because he'd added the RoseGuard to his program, and yeah, so he's quite excited over that. So yeah, so obviously with eyesight as well.
Of course, we don't press to cure anything. No. When you give the body everything in balance, it's amazing what it can do.
Yes.
And I found too, you know, how you have to have eye checks every, you know, at least every couple of years. The optometrist I've been to ever since we've been here in 25 years, and he is amazed because he checks my eyes and he says, are you, because it was for a badge of some sort, and he said, you're still taking that stuff? And I said, yes. And I said, can you tell me, you know, show me, you know, how my eyes are looking at the back, the optic nerve? And he said, it's very good. So I said, thank you very much. So I know RoseGuard has the power of RoseGuard alone.
I agree, Rosemary. My script hasn't changed for the last 5 years, and he keeps going, what are you doing? And I'm the same as I always do. And I agree. Fantastic.
Yep, I agree too. So, love RoseGuard. Sorry.
So, Rosemary, joint support next.
Joint support? Okay, joint support, you've got the glucosamine, you've got selenium. Just the product itself, I'm never without any of these products, as you know. But I did find personally, if I hear of anybody who's got issues with joint, I just say to them, look, you need this product. It can, many of the products you can buy outside might take up to 6 weeks. I said, but I won't promise anything, but I can assure you, possibly it'll work much, much quicker. And I know myself, I had an issue with tennis elbow, and I thought, gee, why have I got this? And then what I did was I increased the joint support Ramo. It just went, didn't it? So I love joint support, and I sell quite a bit of joint support, to be honest, for that reason. Extra Cal, everybody needs Extra Cal, and you've got the magnesium as well. I take it, and what you want is the prevention of osteoporosis. So even for males, you know, they're not exempt with regards to osteoporosis. What I found with Extra Cal, at one stage my husband had a spine, had you know, an operation, and what would happen was the nervous system, obviously his legs would jump off the bed, and so what I tended to do, I doubled up on the Extra Cal, and it just calmed the nervous system down, and it's called restless legs. So anybody who you know who has an issue with that, Extra Cal just is brilliant, settles it down. So I think that's all I can tell you about.
Well, with the joint support, Rosemary, it also has manganese, and that's what's really good for bone health as well.
What's that, sorry?
The joint support contains manganese as well.
Yes.
Very good for bone health.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the vitamin D in the Extra Cal, which we've had from the very beginning all those years ago. That, you know, we had it, we already knew when it was brought out into Australia.
Exactly. We've had it for so long.
Yes, absolutely.
Very lucky. Yep.
Yeah. Carol, you've had a good result with Extra Cal, haven't you?
Yes, I have very bad restless leg syndrome, and my legs go really ballistic. I'm actually on medication for it, which I can't go off, but I take these before I go to bed as well to give me that extra relief, which has helped, because even my arms can go, there's restless arm syndrome too.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I was just going to add that I've always had trouble with anxiety, so I have a lot of my closest friends and people, you know, that I've helped, and even though we can't make health claims, I've just found the extra Kel to really help me a lot with my anxiety and just you know, calm and soothe everything, because it does work on the nervous system, as Rosemary said. So yeah, I found it very, very helpful. And my nails, my fingernails grow like wigs, so which is always a good thing.
No, it's a fantastic product, and we were the first company to come out with extra Kel with the vitamin D in it. Of course, now there are companies that do that, but at one time people used to have extra Kel plus the vitamin D tablet. So Herbalife have always been in the forefront of research and development.
Also, just so you know, calcium is very important for the heart muscle. Really important, you know, so it's not just there for bones, it's there for more than that. It's also very important for the heart muscle, so that it works properly.
Next slide, please. Okay, Dong Quai, I think it's everybody's favourite product. It helps natural muscle relaxant, restful sleep, having a couple before you go to bed at night. It really does help you give quality sleep. Won't you know, you necessarily won't put you to sleep, but you sleep much more restfully. Certainly now we are allowed to say it helps mild anxiety. There was a flyer many years ago saying that we are allowed to say it helps anxiety and definitely stress, PMT, PMS, anything to do with the female organs, anything like that, it really does help quite brilliantly. Males, of course, it helps with the lactic acid buildup if they're doing stress, like stress exercise, things like that. There again, it's a very personalised type product. You can use it so many different ways. We were taught many moons ago by Dr. Albert Lund, the doctor who introduced it to Herbalife so many years ago. It is a blood purifier. Not that we make claims, but that's what he taught us. So that's why it helps, you know, many different things in your body. There again, you know, it does help with the healthy liver as well, like the other products also. But for me personally, that was probably one of the reasons why I sort of started doing Herbalife, is because of Dong Quai, because it was the basic nutrition, and adding the Dong Quai really helped my migraines. Now, I'm not making claims about the product by any means, but definitely within a matter of a couple of months, my migraines disappeared. And I had serious migraines. And I got to the stage at one point where I was taking migraine tablets before I went to bed on a Friday night so I wouldn't have a migraine over the weekend. And I knew I couldn't keep doing that for long. And I was trying other sorts of products, all sort of vitamins, you know, I've been told would help, but none of them helped. But it was quite amazing. Starting many years ago, we had formulas 1, 2, and 3 in those days. When I started on the basic nutrition, then added the Dong Quai, it was just amazing. Like I said, within a matter of months, migraines disappeared. Haven't had a headache or migraine ever since. And it certainly helps my back condition with all the products. It really does help the muscles and things like that. So for me, a fabulous product, but so many different ways. 1 times 3 a day is very good for some people. 2, 3 times a day. I've used 4, 3 times a day going through menopause, never had any hot flushes. You know, I'm still having 4, 3 times a day because it definitely helps my back. And I'm having some physio at the moment, and she's a very tiny little lady, but has she got powerful hands? And you walk out of there and you're very sore after, but definitely the Dong Quai's helped this afternoon. So, you know, when you've got a result on the product, you just fall in love with the product. So absolutely fantastic. Now, I know everybody's probably got an extra story on the Dong Quai.
Well, I just know if I've got to do anything in particular, like, you know, I know when I was nursing and did night shift, or I might do an evening shift and then I'd come off and then I'd be home by maybe 11 if I was lucky, and then I'd have to be on at 7 in the morning. And if you had a really difficult, like I was in children's ward, so a very stressful area, and I'd try to go to sleep, and then if I couldn't, I'd get up and I'd go and have 5 Dong Quai, and I'd go and put my head on that pillow, and I would wake up as fresh as a daisy.
Yep.
So ready for the next day. So for me, I know this Tong Quai, how powerful that product is. Just love it.
Fantastic.
Yep.
That's funny you say that, Rosemary, because working kids, I wasn't working in kids wards, but I was there a lot of the time with the boys when they were unwell. And so the Tong Quai goes everywhere with me. So when the poor nurse is running to and from rooms, but I need to sleep when Joshy did, so I just take a few and then just sleep myself. So
Absolutely. Yep. Great for anxiety if you're anxious about something and you think,
Absolutely.
we've had functions, and I think, oh my gosh, I've got all this to do. I'll just take a heap of Tong Quai and I'll breeze through everything. Just, it's a piece of cake.
Awesome. Okay.
I do. Don't want to be stressed.
Okay, protein bars.
Protein bars, look, there's 3 different types. My favourite is the citrus, there's the almond, and there's the peanut. I use them, especially, I have them in my handbag when I go out, so I personally wouldn't go, and I must admit, I just don't buy food out. If I was out shopping and stuff and I got hungry, not necessarily, but I'd been out a long time, I would eat that protein bar before I'd go for anything else, to be honest. I like them straight after I've perhaps done a workout as well. So protein bars are great as a snack, morning or afternoon tea. I just love my protein bars, so I wouldn't be without them. And only 10 grams, 10 grams of protein. And the calorie count is very small, so they're so healthy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyone else got a story?
No, I think we go to the next slide as time is of the essence.
Yeah. Next slide, please.
You don't let your children, your grandkids near them.
I know.
Lift off.
Lift off. I just was saying beforehand about lift off. Lift off is, as Dr. Rod and Jan was mentioning, that you should have 1 a day minimum. But what it's got in there is, and I go quickly, vitamin B. It helps to break down carbohydrates. It keeps the heart working properly and maintains the nervous system. And vitamin B2 helps the body effectively use the other vitamins. It has vitamin B3 in there, which helps repair and grow nerve and skin cells. It also helps the body keep cholesterol levels normal. You're looking at lift off, guys, remember? Vitamin B5 plays an important role with hormones. Vitamin B6 helps to break down protein from foods we eat. It helps nervous system send messages to and from the brain. Vitamin B12 helps the body break down and use fuel from food. And all of these vitamins are in lift off. What more do you need? Make sure you have 1 a day. Anything to add to that, Jan?
No, that was fantastic.
It's a great pre-workout as well. So before exercise, Dr. Dana Ryan in February was saying that this 10 calories, fantastic as a pre-workout, or the NRG is a good one too. So keep that in mind if you're doing your exercise.
Yeah, yes. So there's no sugar, which is really fantastic.
Yeah,
and like like it says here on the screen, serve it in a nice wine glass with some ice, add some aloe. Even I know it's fizzy, but you can even probably put in some sparkling mineral water. And the aloe is very nice. The mango is nice and sparkling mineral water too, cracking a little bit. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, we've got some great results here. Are they on the call, Shelley? Would you like to talk through those results?
Sure. So Mervin's from Canberra, so he's had amazing results. He's in his 80s and he was able to lose 18 kilos in 18 weeks, so totally changed his health and his life basically. So he just absolutely loves it. Helen from Cooloola Cove, so she comes into the centre, and it's been amazing watching this person in her 70s lose body fat but gain lean muscle. And as you were saying, that doesn't generally happen. It's usually the opposite. So she's looking fantastic. She's more confident. She's just added in the skin range as well. And I just love seeing how proud of herself she is, and it's been fantastic watching her journey. And this one here is some of them shared this result, but I just love the fact that, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are, as Rosemary said, she wasn't doing 1 lap of the pool. Now she can do 130 minutes.
Exactly.
I think I could even do that. So how amazing, no matter what age, we're all that have that inner athlete, and we can start anytime. It's never too late. So that were just some of the results I thought that would be inspiring.
Yeah, fantastic. Next slide, please. Okay, Coral, would you like to share your story, please?
Yes, I had a lot of health and medical issues, and I blew up to the size you can see now. Sorry, a bit nervous, but thank you. Then I went to a health coach, Herbalife health coach, Sarojna, said I want to start a weight loss challenge at my place in 2 weeks' time. I now feel fantastic. I was getting injections in both hips for 3 times a year. Now I'm down 6 dress sizes, 26 kilos and 160 centimetres, and I'm only 152 centimetres tall.
You're looking fantastic. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. Okay, Lily.
Oh, gotta love this one, hey. Before I started on Herbalife, I crept up to 99.8 kilos, which is really bad. And I got to a point where even getting up 2 steps,
we did a talk in it earlier,
which is really bad. I had really horrid digestion. The whole thing was just terrible. So I started to use the Ultimate program, and then I lost 24 kilos in 20 weeks. And I've still going, actually I'm in part 2 phase now. So I sort of plateaued for a little while, and now I'm going down again. But my body fat when I first started was 52.2%, and now it's down to 39. And my visceral fat was out off the charts. It was 20 plus. It didn't even, they couldn't count it. It was that high, and now it's down to 9. And just last week alone, I think it was like 10.5 centimeters or something, and nearly 2 kilos down. So I'm on a roll again. And now I'm doing Zumba once a week. It nearly killed me, but I'm doing it. She's in her 60s and she does it like a 20-year-old. She can do it, then I have to. And just trying to get into a whole lot of other things. And it's great. It's the best thing I've ever done. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. Well done. That really is fantastic.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Is it awful? I can't wait for the third picture. That first one, I look at that and go, bleh.
Well, there's a big difference now, and there'll be another difference, which is fantastic.
Yeah, my hair's been really good from it too. Like my hair's
it's
better and everything's better.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Now we have Ross.
Good evening. So my background quickly and basically was I was a store manager for nearly 25 years for one of the major supermarkets in the country. We had an extreme event in the town, which means we went through some major floods, and my store went in double turnover. So we ended up doing over $2 million a week in just 1 week in sales, and our company expected perfection. So I got massively stressed, lost the plot, got depressed, got anxiety. So I went and sat on a lounge for 2 years and watched some television and got fat. So Herbalife come along, and I went, this won't work. I'm a guy, I'm stubborn, not a hope, but all right, I'll try it. So started on an Ultimate program, did it properly to prove the fact that it wouldn't work, and obviously win-win. I was going to win one way or another, so it won. And 15 kilos later, 3 months, and I refused to do any exercise. So yes, it just come off me doing 2 shakes a day, 3 lots of tablets, just cut back on the food, and I now feel fantastic.
Yeah, you're looking good there on Saturday in that nice jacket.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. Wow.
Excellent. Next slide, please. Now we have Lydia from Villanueva.
Hi, Jen. How you going? Thanks, guys, for letting me share tonight. As you can see, the very far photo on the left is not a happy chappy photo of myself. My second bub at the time, she was 5 months old, and that was getting around the house in maternity clothes 5 months on. I was well overweight, as you can see. My attitude had started to change. I wasn't my bubbly self anymore, so I was losing confidence as well. You know, but being a mum of two had me up all night, which made me sleep during the day. So I was really lacking energy at that particular time. And that's really honestly what I wanted the products for. In the beginning was just so I could get that energy, because I thought that I could get the weight loss under control if I had more energy. So yeah, jumped on the program. I went on to, I actually lost, I think it was 2.5 kilos in the first 7 days. But look, the first 3 days I had noticed the energy shift. I was feeling better. I was happier. I was sleeping so much better. You know, all those little habits that I'd taken on board, I had slowly started to change, and I needed to make that change because I was a breastfeeding mum at the time, and that was really important for me. So, you know, I think it was, I lost 10 kilos in 10 weeks and over 40 centimetres of body fat. And then I maintained that weight loss for about 7 or 8 months. And I just worked with my coach, worked out my maintenance program. And then hubby and I decided that we'd like to have a third baby. So, you know, working once again very closely with my coach, tweaking the products a little bit differently, because all I was chasing through this pregnancy was extra energy and vitality, and that's exactly what I got. And it did help me right towards the end, as mums know on this call tonight. I ended up with gestational diabetes in the last 10 weeks. So I was able to use those products to help with the cravings and not to put on so much weight. So my first 2 pregnancies, I put on 26 kilos each pregnancy. Baby number 3, 12.8 kilos. So as you can imagine, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose after that third bub. And being that mum, once again, the children come first. So I waited for my milk supply to come in. Bub was about 6 weeks old. I'd found my rhythm with 3 babies, because I had 3 children under the age of 3.5. So if you've ever got a client that says there's no time to do it, you don't listen to it. So yeah, mum of 3 kids under 3.5, I was able to get off 9 kilos in the next 3 months and 38.5 centimetres of body fat. But the best part about my story is being able to share with you guys that last bub, that's the one up there on my hip, and she's turning 8 years old this year. So maintenance is very important to me, and, you know, products that are sustainable, and that's what we have here in our hands with Herbalife Nutrition. So yeah, I've been doing Herbalife and been a coach with the company for nearly 9 years.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Thanks, Lydia, very much indeed for sharing. Okay, I think that might be the last testimonial. Is there? Next slide.
I think that's it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was the last testimony. Well, thanks everybody for sharing your results, because that's really what the company and the products are really all about, is the end result of taking these incredible products and how you feel and how you look. And I think that's very important. And of course, that's internally, and we are going to cover the external next week as well. The Outer Nutrition, which is absolutely fantastic products also. So over to Shelley.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Irene, Rosemary and Jan, for sharing your amazing knowledge, passion, experience with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Lindy, Lydia, Ross and Coral for sharing your fantastic product results with us as well. You're looking amazing. And there's so many more all around Australia, around the world, that people are achieving. So if there's anyone new on the call that's having listened, please get back to your coach with any questions, and they'll definitely be able to help you. This is being recorded, so please share this recording with anyone that wasn't able to get on tonight, and let's spread the word, the word of good nutrition, and help change people's lives. So thank you so much, everyone. And yes, we'll definitely be covering the Outer Nutrition with the skin range and personal care range next week. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Kelly, thank you.
Thanks, Irene, for all your work.
Thank you, Jen.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.